The headline is, "It's high time Barron Trump starts dressing like he's in the White House." And I got to say to that, stop, slut, shaming Barron. They're trying to drag Barron, guys.
Protect Barron at all costs.
Protect Barron.
What is Barron doing wrong in the Daily Caller's estimation?
He's walking off Air Force One dressed in like a t-shirt, shorts, sandals, and fidget spinning.
Yeah, the only reason Trump's agenda is stalling is that Barron Trump won't wear a Sailor outfit and lick a lollipop.
So, this is really good. The name of this article is by a guy named Ford Springer. I can't believe
every time
a real name. But let's read from this article. It says, "I've been on the Barron Trump train from the start, but it's about time the president's son starts dressing the part."
What?
A lot going on there.
He's been on the Barron Trump train since day one, guys.
That may be the most that has ever been going on with a piece of writing ever.
Okay, so he says, Barron is the youngest son of Donald Trump and the only child the president shares with Melania Trump. Thanks for that little update.
Interesting.
Time and time again, Barron has proved that he's just a normal 11-year-old kid, despite the fact that his dad is president of the United States.
This is such a Disney movie trailer. Time and time again, Barron's just a normal kid.
Oh, what? He's eating Tostinos in the Situation Room?
So he goes, one thing that isn't normal, though, is the way he dresses when he joins his parents for a public appearance. Barron was returning to the White House from New Jersey on Sunday, and while the president and first lady traveled in their Sunday best, young Barron looked like he was hopping on Air Force One for a trip to the movie theater. You're right. This is like a Disney first kid. Remember he was Sinbad?
First kid.
Remember this is the first kid movie. And he goes, think about how many times your parents forced you to dress up when you were a kid for a special occasion. No matter how hard you resisted, it was inevitable. You weren't leaving the house until you had your tie on, your shirt tucked in nice, and your hair combed and a blazer on.
Is that the reason that you write like this?
Yeah.
Because your parents like made you wear a suit.
Contributing
to go to the
editor
movie
Norman
theater?
That's
Bates.
not how it goes to the president's youngest child. Donald Trump and Melania always depart the White House looking their best. The president wore a fine tailored suit, and Melania wore...
Yeah.
He's got giant Scotch tape all over his giant fucking tie.
The suit falls over his body like the cloak fell over Elephant Man's head. Get the fuck out of here.
He goes, Melania wore an elegant dress that was just as jaw-dropping as the last. Auga!
It looks like it came from the Gap. It's not that nice a dress if you look it up.
But then he says, but then Barron steps out in a t-shirt, khaki shorts, and some suede loafers. What am I missing here? Is Barron just better than I ever was at rebelling against my parents?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd put on the blazer and tie and comb my hair and all that, but as soon as my mom turned her head, you better believe I was messing up my hair and loosening my tie. Yeah, this guy's a rebel. This is why he writes for the Daily Caller.
This is psychotic. This is the worst.
But hell, I might even undo a couple buttons on my shirt if I was feeling like a real badass.
There is no air in this guy's shoes. Like, he ties them to the point that he's doing foot binding.
He goes, Barron doesn't have to worry about all that, but he should. His dad is always looking dapper, and his mom has become a worldwide fashion icon since becoming first lady. The youngest Trump doesn't have any responsibilities as the president's son, but at least he could do is dress the part when he steps out in public.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Ford
the article.
Springer. Yo, if you step to Barron Trump, you're fucking with the trap house,
Just
buddy.
stomping you out, dude.
Yo.
What a weird bone to pick with even from the conservative side.
Yeah, they're talking about him like he's a black kid, basically. Like,
That's the thing. Is that this is an example of them being fair-handed, because it's like, hey, we called Malia Obama a slut a bunch of times,
Right.
and we're going to show that we are, even-handed because we think that Barron is also a little slut.
Barron's
A naughty
gonna
little hussy.
Barron's going to start hanging out with Timmy Thick.
That is how it works at the Daily Caller, though, having been a media reporter, is that it really does work where an editor comes in hungover or still drunk and just goes, and is like, boss, what do we write today? It's all still popping off. He says, just call Barron Trump a slut, I guess. Has anyone done that?
Daily Caller, like these special editorials from Daily Caller, they have the same tone as when like an older male family member gets too drunk and tells you that he really respects you despite you being 7 years old. It's the same uncomfortable tone. I think, the tone of this article, though, it's very Home Alone, and that's full circle for Donald Trump, who appeared famously
in number
Home Alone
2.
2. And now, as the president with a very normal brain, could logically forget that he left Barron somewhere. Look, I know I fucked up. I didn't think the presidential limo would be that hot.
Melania's up there on Air Force One on the way back from Saudi Arabia, and Melania just goes, Barron!
If any president would leave his kids somewhere, it would be Trump.
Oh my God. Barron, home alone in the White House,
And it's-
fights off globalist invaders with a series of hilarious pranks and booby traps.
Yeah, Gary Cohn and Steve Mnuchin just getting
Paint
hit with paint
cans.
cans.
Bill Crystal turning on the bathroom light and his hair gets lit on fire.
And you can see his skeleton being lit up.